Hello friends, welcome to this new lecture. In this lecture, we are going to see an automated approach to identify threats for your agentic AI system using Maestro framework. So let's jump into the action. This is the application that has been made available. Now this application has free as well as paid option. Now it might be possible that they discontinue the free option in the future, but for now we can create an account with this application and we get the option to create one threat model free of cost for our agentic AI system. So let's see this demo and see the automated approach to identify threats for agentic AI systems. I'll share the link of this application in the resources section of this lecture as well. Now this is called Maestro Sentinel. Here you can register using any of these options. I'll use my Google account. It is from base64.com, as you can see. Now here, these are the options that are available to us. One is free, where we have one full threat analysis available to us. We can identify the threats using Maestro framework. AI-powered threat generation will be used to identify threats for our agentic AI system, and we can export the results as well. Then there are paid options like monthly, yearly, and for enterprise. Here on the left, you can see these are the layers that we discussed in the previous lectures, the 7 layers of agentic AI system. Let's click on Get Started for free. And here you need to describe your architecture. It means for this case study or for your system for which you want to identify the threats, you need to describe your architecture diagram. I have already done that, so let me show that as well. Let me zoom in. Now this was our system on which we are performing the threat modeling, and here I have written a detailed summary of this system as well. So first I have explained what the system is all about. Like, this system is a modular multi-agent architecture designed to enable AI reasoning, task planning. It integrates with LLM models. Then I've explained the system architecture. Like, we have an application layer with the user input output. The application layer receives the user facing interface of the agentic AI system. I have mentioned the functions of this layer and the security that is already in place. Then I have mentioned the agents that are present in the system. 2 agents are present. Again, agent subcomponents I have mentioned. Then the security that is already in place. Then I have mentioned the third part of the system architecture, which is LLM model, the functions that it performs and the security focus or the security controls in place. Then I have mentioned about the external services with which the system is interacting and the security focus and so on. Then I have mentioned some security details, like some of the controls that are already in place. You can mention it. If you don't have any controls, you can remove this security and threat model part as well. So you need to mention some of the details about your architecture and you need to paste that information here in this text box. You also need to update your system name. So let's do that. I'll mention as ABC Corp Agentic AI System. Then I will remove this. I'll copy the information from our Word document. Let me copy it. Let me copy it. Let me go back here. Let me paste it here. And you can see this is the information about our agentic AI system. Let me delete this. And you can see it has updated the details on the right side as well. And you can see we have pasted all the details. Now let's start the Maestro analysis. Now the analysis is in progress for ABC Corp Agentic AI system. Now it will look at all of these layers to identify the threats that are applicable to our agentic AI system. And you can see it has started populating the threats. It is identifying more and more threats while it is analyzing each layer of the agentic AI system. Currently, it is on the layer 7 of the agentic AI system and it has already identified 7 critical, 13 high, 10 medium, threats that are applicable to this system. And as you can see, analysis is complete. There are 35 potential threats that have been identified for this system. Let's review some of these threats as well. So the first threat that it has identified, and it is of critical category, is related to foundation models layer, which is the layer 1, and that threat name is model inversion attack. An attacker can exploit the LLM to extract sensitive training data. The attack vector is malicious queries that are being directed at the model. Some of the mitigation strategies it has suggested, like implementing rate limiting, conducting regular security audits to tighten data access controls. Now, as you know, this is AI powered results. It might be possible that we have some mitigation in place. As a security architect, you have to identify whether this mitigation is already in place or no. If it is already in place, you can mark it as not applicable and you do not include in your threat modeling report. If you feel that the mitigations are not in place, then you can give a threat ID to this identified threat and put it in your threat modeling report where you have documented the agentic AI threats. Make sure not to include in the non-agentic AI threats, but to include in the agentic AI threats of your report. Similarly, there are other threats related to adversarial input manipulation. We already identified it. Prompt injection, we have identified it. Then model drift, which is a medium. Data injection attack, I think we discussed it. Then there is unauthorized data access, memory manipulation, we identified it in our previous lecture as well, and so on. You can perform this demo and you can go through these threats in detail to understand how to identify threats in an automated fashion for an agentic AI system. I will also share the detailed explanation of the architecture that we documented in this Word doc for this architecture diagram. You can write a similar explanation for the assignment that we have given in the upcoming lecture, and you can perform this demo to identify threats for that agentic AI application. I hope after this entire case study, you are more confident and you are clear how to identify threats for an agentic AI system. We saw that there are two parts of an agentic AI system. When we created the data flow diagram, we saw a non-agentic AI part of the system and we saw agentic AI part of the system. For non-agentic AI part of the system, we need to follow the STRIDE framework, that is the standard approach and is being used for quite some time. We can use Microsoft Threat Modeling Tool, Iris Risk and other tools to perform automated threat identification for non-agentic AI part of the system. For agentic AI part of the system, we saw the manual approach and the automated approach using Maestro threat analysis, which also helps us to identify threats for agentic AI part of the system using Maestro framework. I hope you have enjoyed this lecture. If you have any issues while implementing this demo, please do let us know in the Q&A section and we will be more than happy to help. I hope you have enjoyed this lecture. Thanks for watching. See you in the next lecture.